Hello to my Nourish My Soul friends and family. I'm so excited to be sharing this new venture for us, this new way of doing things. Um, this year has just brought so many challenges and changes, and we looked at that as an opportunity for growth and just things that we never could have imagined before, and what places this could take us. And so that's what we're choosing to focus on, is opportunity versus getting sad about all the things that we're missing out on. And believe me, we know we're missing out on a lot. I can't tell you how much I miss being in a kitchen with all of my young people right now, and sitting at a table with our community. Those are all the things that really were incredibly inspiring to all of us, and have left a huge void. But we're going to fill that void in other ways, because there's more than one way of accomplishing things, right? We all know that. So we talked to everybody that we came in contact with, and had this one question to everybody. What is it that is really holding you back right now? Like, what is your number one need? Whether it be something tangible like access to food that we focus on quite a bit, and financial resources, or is it something else? What is it that fundamentally you are really struggling with right now, so that we can look at that and we can make our decisions about our next steps? Because Nourish My Soul looks at the whole picture, right? We don't just focus on one particular thing that may be out of balance. We need to look at the whole picture. And we're never going to find out what that is unless we talk to you guys. So, from a distance right now. So, the one thing that kept coming up time and time again was every single person that we spoke to mentioned in their own words this sense of feeling out of control and destabilization, right? Like there was no stabilizing factor in their life right now. There was no solid ground. There was no structure to our lives. And that was really leaving them feeling a lot of anxiety and being overwhelmed and exhaustion, because they're spinning their wheels in so many different directions, not knowing which way to go, and just filled with worry and anxiety, which we all know is not productive. And we've had many months of this, and we really are really feeling that now. And so that's leading to a lot of feelings of inadequacy, because we thought we would take advantage of this time and accomplish great things, and many of us are just trying to keep our head above water and not understanding why we weren't able to do all those other things. So we really took that to heart. And so while we can't fix, obviously, a global pandemic, that's not under our umbrella of expertise, and while we can't turn back time and prevent this from happening, what we can do is we can look at those struggles that you and everybody, universally, myself included, are all having, and those feelings. And we can offer some of that stability, and we can offer some of that sense of community. And it might not be in the same way, but we can look at ways that we can connect, and keep rethinking that. And we probably won't get it right the first time, and we realize that, but we're moving forward, right? It's progress. It's a work in progress, and we look forward to hearing your feedback, and want to know how we can improve this to better meet everybody's needs. But this is the first iteration of it. So to offer some stability, we thought, let's make a commitment to you that every day, Monday through Friday, we are going to offer little snippets that fall under Nourish My Soul, that spark a conversation, or some, even if you don't engage in the conversation, you have a thought that you can take with you that resonates and that sets you on the right path for the day. Even if it's just for 5 minutes and then the overwhelm comes back, that's okay. That's 5 minutes of grounding that we were able to offer, and hopefully that will continue to grow. But the main objective is not only offering that stability, but we want to create a space for community. So with that, I'll have you know that we are working on some exciting changes with our website, that we can expand on that. We have some really big ideas, and maybe not the big resources that go along with that to make it happen. So it is going to take, bear with us, it's going to take us a little longer to reach that goal than we had hoped, but we're working towards it. We have ideas of what we want. And today we are launching that conversation piece of it with Mindful Monday. So our Mondays each week going forward are going to have just a little snippet that sparks a conversation and gets you headed in the right direction for the week. Mindfulness is really important. Nourish My Soul believes that we are only as healthy as our mindset, because our thoughts actually trigger a reaction in our body, where we have hormones that bathe every cell in our body just simply by a thought alone. So if that thought is positive, then you are flooding your body with feel-good hormones and you're moving yourself towards good health. Your cells are operating optimally, and the choices that you make throughout the day is going to reflect that. If your mindset is not positive, if you are focused on the wrong things, and some negativity, which we all do. I'm not taking the high road here and saying that I'm perfect at this. I'm certainly not, but it's good to understand that when we do allow ourselves down that path of negative thoughts, then we are bathing every single cell in our body in those stress hormones, and that we fully understand through science and research is the pathway towards poor health outcomes. So not only does it affect the choices that we make, but it also impacts the way our cells operate and our health outcomes. It's the trigger for a lot of disease. So our mind does control our health in every aspect. It controls our relationships, it controls our physical health, and obviously our emotional well-being. So let's start the week off right, guys. Mindful Monday. I want to kick off this whole thing with a quote that holds an awful lot of meaning to me. It's gotten me through a lot of things, and once I heard it, it really helped shift my mindset, and my perspective on the things that I was facing, because a lot of times challenges or difficult times in our life can seem so overwhelming, and it takes over every aspect. And especially right now, like, we've been in a pandemic, and life has not been operating as usual since the beginning of March. That's a long time, guys. We're in September now, and so we really need to make sure that we're framing this properly in our mind so that we are set up for the marathon that we are about to face. Otherwise, we're just going to burn out. So this quote is by Pema Chadron, and she says, "You are the sky. Everything else is just the weather. You are the sky. Everything else is just the weather," right? It's just passing through, temporary. The sky is constant and it remains unchanged. Regardless of how stormy it is, there's blizzards, there's hurricanes, lightning, there's darkness. No matter all of that, that is temporary. That will pass. The sun will come out. There will be rainbows, right? But it's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows. So we have to learn how we can sit in that storm knowing that we are unchanged by that. For me, that was really powerful because it gave me a sense of something to control in those moments where I feel so out of control, right? Like the wind is just ripping through me, and the hail is pounding down on me, and I'm exhausted from weathering that storm. but knowing that I have control over myself and how I allow that storm to affect me, and knowing that once that storm is gone, I'm still going to be here. So who do I want to be and what do I want to look like at the end of that? Right? So that's my takeaway. From that, you might view that quote differently, and I want to hear about it. But in the meantime, I hope each of you can find some joy in the moment, right? We attract what we focus on. If we are focused on finding joy in that moment, even if we are in the worst possible storm ever, there's always going to be something positive that you can find. One little tiny glimmer of joy. In all of that darkness, it just takes a little spark, right? You find that one thing, focus on that one thing, and it will multiply. If you focus on the negative things that are happening around you, that's just going to get magnified, right? And then you're just going to be flooding your body with all of that negativity, all of those stress hormones. But if we can find that one little piece of joy and happiness and flood our body with those hormones, the happiness hormones, we are going to have such better results at the end of this storm. And remember, we are in this together, so whatever we can do to help you through this, if you need a raincoat to weather this storm, we got you. You just tell us. Tell us what you need. And all of us will look to each other and lean on each other in this time. And hopefully, we're going to find that this brings such great things out of it. And I look forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow's Tuesday, and we're going to be talking a little bit about what our Tuesdays are going to bring, what our Tuesdays are going to look like. So I'm excited to do that with you. Meantime, let me know what you think about our Mindful Mondays and about the quote. What's your feedback? All right, I'll talk to you soon. Enjoy your night.